And the band Yes is known as a progressive rock titans. How do you feel, or what do you feel earned that band title?
Years of amazing songs that actually are very long. Some of them are very long and majestic. Yeah, and the musicianship over the years, simply fantastic, amazing, inspired so many people.
Yeah, it's an amazing catalogue of music if you go back to 1968 when the band formed. It's always had an emphasis on musicianship, which is great, and we try and keep the legacy going.
Yeah. I mean, not many people were making albums where the entire side of the album was one song. And, Yes had an album in '74 called Tales from Topographic Oceans, which has 4 songs, and it's a double album, one song per side. So, for that reason alone, I think it stepped into a different lane.
The creativity level is off the charts, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this Fragile Tour 2025 is reflecting some of the best songs that the band produced. Heart of Sunrise, Long Distance Runaround, and Roundabout.
Yeah.
Of all the songs in the show, what is your favorite to perform and why?
Well, for me, it's playing a song called The Fish, which was Chris Squire's bass solo. Very famous, and
I second that. It's a lot of fun.
No pressure or anything.
For me too.
But it's really fun to play, and I've known Chris for so long that it's an honor to be able to honor him in that way, and I get to do his thing and also my thing at the same time. So it's a nice hybrid of where this whole relationship with me and Yes has began and where it is now.
And it rocks.
I mean, I like the whole of the Fragile album. I was at music college when I was listening to that album, so it has a real special place for me. And it's a very varied album. It's probably the most diverse of all the Yes albums because it has these 4 magnificent tracks, but it also has the small cameo pieces that Billy was talking about, like Chris's track "The Fish." I do Kaz and Brahms, which is a Wakeman piece, and we do a crazy 1-minute piece, which is a Bill Bruford song called, well, it's not really a song, is it? It's sort of an experiment.
Yeah. For me, we're doing the entire record, because we do songs from that record in some of our shows, but this is the entire record, and we play it in order. So for me, it's Long Distance Runaround. I love that. 5% for Nothing, which is a very interesting piece that Bill Bruford wrote that needs some deciphering, and it's awesome when we nail it, and it's just part of the record. It's what everybody remembers.
Yeah.
So what can fans of Yes look forward to during the show?
Oh, well, the music is amazing from the beginning to the end of the show. It's a 2-hour show. Obviously, we're playing all of Fragile, and then a various selection of other great Yes music that we play for the other half of the show. And the visuals are quite stunning with this amazing screen that we've got coming
Roger
up behind
Dean's
us.
artwork
So you get the
all
Roger
over
Dean
the
artwork,
place.
as you said, and yeah, it's a great experience. It's a very entertaining night, and the audience, they're all Yes fans, so they're along for the ride in a big way, and that energy bounces off the band, and it just creates a vibe in the room that's very unique, and it's very Yes.
dynamic.
Yeah.
Yes is a dynamic band, so the music will take you places.
Yeah.
So there's dynamics, and it brings it down, but then there's a lot of energy here.
Yeah.
These guys.
A lot of energy.
Yeah. I mean,
So the band first headlined in the U.S. back in 1972. Why do you think the original Fragile Tour was a key moment in history for Yes?
Well, I think that there was the time when British music was just starting to cross over. I mean, obviously you had the Beatles, and no one could deny that had a huge impact in America. But progressive music was starting to get a lot of radio play on rock radio in America, and I think that sort of paved the way for bands like Yes to come in, and a lot of the young people, fans of music in America, who were suddenly exposed to this great wave of British music that was coming in.
So now for a question for Billy.
Yeah.
Do you feel any additional pressure from having to play the legendary bass lines of Chris Squire?
Yeah. I mean, the good news is that Chris was my favorite, of all bass players. So when I was a kid learning to play bass, I played along to Yes records. So by the time my life path intersected with Yes and I met Chris, then I could drill him on certain things up close and personal about this, that, and the other. And so I learned a lot from him. And then when I was playing guitar in the 90s in the band, I stood next to him all night and watch his technique and pick up stuff. So over those many, many years now, I learned a lot from the guy. And to have his full endorsement for me to do this was something I'd never expected, and a real honor. And I don't take it lightly. So every night I try to deliver the bass lines in the best way I can. His compositions are what really always intrigued me. He's not just a normal bass player, he's more like an orchestral sort of element inside the band. So all those notes are really important to maintain and get right. And so there's a pressure every night of that. But I've been doing it now a long time. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years that I'm back in the band now. So yeah, I feel the pressure every night. But then I think about Chris and you know how he was and how we were together, and that relieves the pressure, and I just have a nice time and enjoy it, you know. Yeah.
Question for Jay. What pressure do you feel from having to play in the style of Alan White and Bill Buford?
Well, much in the same way that Billy was describing. You know, I've played with some individual members in Yes since 1981, so I've been around it for a long time, and knew Alan, you know. And we got to know each other very well, working together starting in 2016, etc. So that, like Billy was saying, I picked up so much from him, you know, on how this works. But it was in my blood from the beginning too, because I was a super fan about it as well. But Fragile, I was introduced to the band with. So I had several years of Bill as my influence as well. And they're two very different drummers. There's no pressure there. Actually, it's excitement to actually capture both of them a bit. It's like I say, sometimes I have three drummers always in my thoughts. It's Alan, myself, and now Bill. So and then it filters through me, and then I give it, you know, what I got. So
We met over 30 years ago.
Yeah, we've been.
And one of the first things I said to him when he came to the session is, "Who's your favorite drummer?" And he said, "Alan White." And I said, "I think this is going to work really well."
And it did. We kind of tracked that day, and it was fantastic,
Yeah, it was
and
good.
we've never looked back.
And it's funny because Jay and Alan crossed over in bands that I'd created with other musicians, Circa, you know, Conspiracy. So there was always this tie-in and this natural sort of symbiotic relationship between the two. And then that evolved in a way where obviously, you know, here he is.
Yeah, it was very similar, you know,
Very
in
similar.
our work together. And when Alan, he passed the torch to me as well in that way.
Yeah.
And it's really special. It's a blessing, no doubt.
And a question for Geoff. Do you get any inspiration from Rick Wakeman as you're playing?
I get inspiration from all of the, you know, the previous Yes keyboard players. Well, certainly Tony Kaye I was a huge fan of Tony because of that gritty Hammond sound. And, you know, he was there in the early days. I think when Rick joined, obviously Yes moved into more of a kind of symphonic with the Fragile album, and but I mean, you know, all of them. Patrick Moraz, of course, was on the Relay album, and you know, again was a very different style. So, and then my own style, I suppose, was on the Drama album. So in a way, I had sort of 4 keyboard players that I've really got to kind of try and get all that collate together, and it's really a great exercise in musicology because there's 4 totally different keyboard players with all different styles, all different influences. So I try and encompass that as much as possible, and also encompass the sounds, which was, you know, essential really to a lot of the Yes keyboard textures on Yes records.
Yeah.
And if we still have some time, I have some more general questions to
Sure.
ask you. That'd be great. What keeps Steve Howe going?
Oh dear. Well, the guy's got a passion for music that is like no other, and he's also got a passion for Yes, like we all do. And I think those two things combined is what, you know, he wakes up in the morning, and that's his world of music and loving music, you know. And I think too, now that he's produced the last couple of albums and we're producing the new one, he is, and I think that's also added an extra fuel to his fire. So for those reasons, I think it's a motivating factor for him every day.
The main thing with Yes is that, you know, we all love music, and that's what keeps us going.
Yeah.
He has incredible focus and energy and passion, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
He's extremely focused. And
We do all share that same passion for Yes. Obviously, Steve's been at it, longer than I have, but it's equally matched in everyone. But I know that just like all of us, that's what you wake up and you think, oh, I'm going to go play a great Yes show tonight. I mean, who doesn't want to do that, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Are you hanging from the show, or you got to go edit this shit?
I gotta go and edit everything. It's gonna.